Hey strangers, I am just doing my submission because I know that the deadline is coming up, and I was a little hesitant to go ahead and do the submission because I am currently in the middle of a move and I have no idea what the future holds. But this is something that I would really like to do because I have lived in a box for so long and I really want to put myself out there, get a little bit outside my comfort zone, and share about myself and to share my story with other people, because I know over the past couple years I have really gone through a rebranding of sorts. I've let go of things that didn't serve me anymore, and I really relied on other people's stories to give me that hope to push through and to really become who I am and to stop basically living a lie. And I want to be able to do that for someone else, pass it forward. I know that there were a couple other things. Part of that rebranding was, although I am biologically female, and as you will see when you get better pictures of me, that's very obvious, very feminine body, nothing I can do about it. But I more gender fluid than anything. Some days I am very feminine and I love that I have a feminine body, and some days I am completely dysphoric and I hate my body because I don't want it to be mine, because I feel like it should be something else. Sometimes that's different than others, and we'll get into that some other time if that's something that y'all are interested in, but I will let that be for now. Let's see, what else did y'all want me to talk about? Books. Y'all wanted me to talk about what books have influenced me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm dyslexic. I don't read a whole lot of books, but I do listen to audiobooks some. I remember in high school we read a book called Anthem, and that was kind of like that first little introduction to really knowing that individual personalities and thoughts were a lot more valuable than I had originally thought. And that was like a decade ago, so it took a little bit of time to digest. Whoop, I lost my headphone. But I keep going back to it. It's one of those books that's really stayed with me, and that, sure, we can be we, and we is important, but I is important too. Having that personal time, that personal space to really embrace who you are will actually add to the we. And if we neglect the we, or if we neglect the me for the we, then our whole society will suffer. And I guess that's kind of like more classical literature as far as what's really stuck with me throughout the time. But one other, I honestly couldn't narrow it down. I have a favorite author. Her name's, I've heard it pronounced multiple ways, and I'm horrible. I should have looked it up before this. I pronounce it Tamora Pierce. I've also heard it pronounced Tamara Pierce. But I love her books. They, along the same lines of it's inspired me to be who I am despite not everybody liking it. I'm a people pleaser by nature. I want everyone to like me. I think everyone really does want people to like them, but I have let it cripple me into being a format in the past, and I just had this like epiphany moment when I was reading one of her books of, I don't want to be like that anymore. And you know what? It may be hard, but it's not going to be the end of the world. if someone doesn't like me, at least I'm not in a world where they're gonna kill me for it. I am blessed to live in America. I am in North Texas. Like, we've got a pretty accepting community here. And I have the luxury and the freedom to be who I am, and it would be a disservice to other people if I did not exercise that freedom, because I want to show other people that it's possible. One of the other things that I really took from a lot of her readings, I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it, is basically, don't let my past define me. I have been through a lot of stuff. I have had my share of hardships and traumas and crazy stories that you wouldn't even believe, and I have been told over and over again that I need to write like an autobiography because, oh my gosh, this is like soap opera crazy. But it's just my life, and people are like, how do you do that? And I'm just like, I don't really have a choice, do I? Is there a choice? Do I get to push an off button somewhere? No? Okay, well, I'll keep living it. I just keep walking, one foot in front of the other. But it was really hard for me when I was a young adult and a teenager, and just having to deal with all this stuff inside. And that's when I came across her books, and it gave me hope. And as a young adult and being in an abusive marriage, and I came across her books again, and it was that reminder of, I have a choice. I don't have to stay in this situation. I don't have to let my past define me. And it's okay to admit that I was wrong. This isn't where I want to be anymore. And move forward. So I think that that's probably my best answer that I can give you at this particular point in time. I know that there's millions of other books out there that are awesome and that they've impacted me, but those are the ones that come to mind. Well, I guess the author, I know that she's written so many books. Like, she generally writes in quartets, but putting that out there, great author. If you haven't found her, you should find her, read her. It's great, especially empowering for young women. Yeah. Let's see. I think we've covered enough interesting facts about myself. As far as days that I would want to post, like I said, I'm in the middle of a move right now. I am kind of a stay-at-home mom. I do some side gigs here and there, but my schedule is fairly flexible, so whatever works for the group, I would be able to kind of work my schedule around that. So that's about it. So I'm glad that y'all are taking me into consideration, and I hope to see more of you and for you to see more of me. So until next time, goodbye, strangers.